Hi everyone, my name is Dan Cheseret. I'm a web and software and data developer, having worked in the media industry for over 12 years. So today I'll take you through some software that you can use as a journalist to do predictive analytics. So there are so many softwares out there, but some of them are targeted for techies like me. So the ones I'll focus on today is the ones that don't require coding knowledge, the ones that can be used by journalists. So I'll start with what you call Tableau Public. You go to public.tableau.com. So this is where you get the software. You sign up, you get an account, then you'll be able to do your projects from there. So what Tableau does, when you have an Excel sheet, you just upload it the way it is, and it will do the visualization for you. So for this case, this is called a trend line chart, or a multiple line chart. So with this visualization, you can see the trends in so for this example, it's coronavirus, because the pandemic is currently what's hitting the world the highest. So as you can see, we have various countries here and the trends of development of the number of cases. So this is called a trend line chart. So from this, we're able to see trends for example, for China. That's for China, and this is for Italy on the various dates. So you can draw conclusions from the trends here of coronavirus development. So the second one we are going to look at is called Infogram. So you go to infogram.com. Again, Infogram, you upload an Excel spreadsheet. As an example, this is called a scatter plot chart, but it also has all sorts of charts you can explore. I'll give you the links at the end of this video. The third we are going to look at for journalists is called the data wrapper. Again, data wrapper does visualization for you when you upload an Excel sheet. So this is another example of a visualization from an Excel sheet by data wrapper. So having worked in the media industry, I developed a crowdsourcing software called, I called it Newsvault. This is currently in use by Slopes Media House, which is Mount Kenya TV and Digajo FM. So as an example, I have an example login here. You log in as admin. For this is just an example. Uh, when you log in, you get to select any of the two stations, if it's Mount Kenya or it's Iganjo. So you go to Mount Kenya, for example, and then we go to newsroom. You select folder, say 1 p.m. news. You go to the raw version. This is where it gets interesting, because there are 4 versions of the story, but as a reporter, you can only access the raw version. So the edit, revised, and on air are accessed by editors with editor rights. Users, categories, programs, stations, versions, and select time are managed by editors. So say we select raw version. So this is where you get, it's called the main form. This is where all the news for the day are being showed by default. So these are all the news for the day. So for example, if you pick one of the news items here, um, so it loads here. You can see that this is an interface just like Microsoft Word. You can edit the news the way you want. You can put bold, you can put underline, you can make it bigger, just like the way you do in Microsoft Word. And then so once you edit the news, you just update, click on update. uh, yeah, so it goes back to this is called the main form. So as you can see here, this is our edited news. So one interesting thing about this software is that you can even embed sound bites. If you have a sound bite, say for radio, you can even embed it there through these tools here. You can embed an image or an mp3 file. So if you have a sound bite, you can upload to the software. You can click on upload, you can add files, and then you click on start upload, then you return to your files list. So to embed, you select, it goes to the software, so you can embed there, then you update, you save. So when you go to the studio, say for radio, all you have to do is just read the news as is, and then you just play the sound bite, so it plays there. So this is a software that I developed for Slopes Media House, but it runs on the browser. It is web based. I can still open it to the public for consumption. So some of the projects that I did for Nation Media, which does analysis, was this was as a project on road traffic deaths. As you can see, it's a visualization. So these are bar charts. So when you do say the bar chart visualization, you're able to draw conclusions. So like here, men were 3 times more likely to die than women in a road crash. So as you can see from the bar chart, this is the smallest, which is the female, and then the male is the highest. You can draw comparisons from here. So again, I'll give you the links, then you can interact. There are all sorts of visualizations in this project. So the other one was called Deadly Force. These were trends in police killings. You can find it on Nation Newsplex. The interesting aspect here is a trend line chart. As you can see, it does a comparison of trends in police killings in 2020 and 2019. So as you can see, this is a trend for 2020, this is a trend for 2019. Because of time, I'll not go into the details. The other one here, another trend line chart, was terrorist attacks in Kenya. Again, you'll find it at either Nation Media or my website, which I'll give you the links. As you can see, these are the highlight points. You hover, then you can see what was happening at that particular point. And here you can see the number of deaths, the injuries, and the number of attacks. That's another trend line analysis. This is another one for the GDP growth in Kenya. This is a trend line. Again, these are interesting points of interest. As you can see, the way the trends are going, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So this was before multi-party and after multi-party. So that was a trend line analysis, which is one way of looking at data. The other one is called a sentiment analysis. So by sentiment analysis, you get to see, as an example, what I did here was Uhuru Kenyatta's speech when he was in Uganda. So I wanted to capture keywords. So for example, I wanted to know about regional development. So as you can see here, regional was the most mentioned in his speech. When you click here, for example, it takes you to the speech, and it shows you that there were 16 mentions of regional, and regionally from Uhuru Kenyatta's speech, and it highlights the places where he mentioned region. So this is called sentiment analysis. So region was the biggest, followed by East Africa, all those things. So this is a bubble chart as an example. So we can continue this conversation. Here are the links. You can go to visual data, you can go to predictive analysis, analytics. So these are the links to the various softwares that you can get. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope we'll have the conversation from here. Thank you.